For over 1 year, the underground drainage projects to the flawed Pen Cinema, Oba Ogunji Road, Oba Ogunisi Road, and the many residential estates and industries of wastewater has been under construction. The drainage will discharge its content into Omole Gorge. For the contractor to complete the job, the drainage must be taken across Lateef Jakande Road to connect the gorge. The Lagos State government plans to close Lateef Jakande Road after Wemco Road Junction in and out of Omole to traffic for 10 days, beginning from the night of Friday, 28 March to Wednesday, the 9th of April 2014. Good evening. I am Obafemi Craig.
I am Kate Harmony. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Tonight, we will be paying special attention to the repair of Wemco Road, Ogba. The drainage problem on Wemco Road and Ijaya Road had over the years caused a lot of destruction to both lives and properties. However, when completed, the underground drainage would drain floodwaters and other wastewaters coming from Agege Road and Ogba areas, especially on Ijaya Road, Oba Ogunji Road, medium and low-cost housing estates within Pen Cinema, as well as industrial wastewater. The perennial flooding usually experienced on Ijaya Road and Wemco Road will not occur again. It would complement Wemco Road, which is still under rehabilitation, by ensuring free flow of traffic. Craig here can tell us, because you apply this route often.
Precisely.
Yeah, so what does peak hour traffic look like on that axis, and how does it affect your movement?
We all have to snail drive or snail move, if I may use that word.
Hours?
For hours, maybe 1, 2, 3 hours before you get back to your respective homes. So it's not a very funny or easy story to tell, but I must say that the experience is not really palatable. But then we want to take joy in the fact that it's a price we have to pay at this time, and aftermath, the entire road rehabilitation. Well, we all smile. Well, we must, if we have to pay this as a sacrifice, well, it's not too much a price to pay.
Exactly. Keeping hope alive, we are sure that the constant users and residents along this axis will testify by the time this transformation is completed.
Sure.
Yeah, it will just be a case of a woman that has been pregnant for 9 months, and when she has her baby, she looks at the baby,
forgets all the
she
pains.
forgets everything.
Exactly.
We'll be right back after the break.
The news on Lamata FR. As part of the ongoing underground drainage construction on Wemco Road, the Lagos State government has announced plans to close Lateef Jakande Road immediately after Wemco Road Junction in and out of Omole Phase 1 to traffic for 10 days, beginning from the night of Friday, 28 March to Wednesday, the 9th of April 2014. The closure is to enable the contractor constructing the underground drainage project to cross the road from Wemco Road into Omole Gorge, where the drainage will discharge. The drainage, when completed, will collect flood water and other wastewater coming from Agege, Ogba, and environs, and prevent flooding usually experienced in these areas. It will also complement Wemco Road, currently being rehabilitated. Motorists from Ikeja, Alausa area going to Pen Cinema will not be affected, as Acme and Wemco roads will still be opened for use. However, motorists going to Ogunosi Road, Ojodubaga, and Omole Phase 1 will have to connect Ogunosi Road via Abiodun Jagun or use Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Motorists from Ojodu, Omole going to Ikeja or Lateef Jakande Road should use alternative roads as provided. Motorists are advised to watch out for road diversion signs, cooperate with traffic management officials, LASMA, as congestion is expected. Lagos State government regrets any inconveniences. In search of best practice in implementing a world-class transport system, Ogun State Bureau of Transportation has visited the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA, to understudy the Lagos model and learn about the transport initiatives of the Lagos State government. The 10-man team, led by Engineer Wale Shokumbi, specifically requested information on the bus rapid transit BRT system, the rail project, and the State Transport Master Plan. Lamata's Director of Public Transport, Engineer Gbenga Dairo, who represented the Managing Director of Lamata, Dr. Dayo Mobiriola, said Lamata was established as a transport planning, implementing, and franchising agency of the government to implement for Lagos an intermodal integrated transport system comparable to other developed cities in the world. He said Lamata had done this by coming up with a transport master plan which detailed the transport infrastructure Lagos will need to cope with its surging population up to the year 2030. Different presentations were made to the delegation on aspects of the mandate of the authority. The Director of Finance, Mr. Iyola Adeboye, informed the delegation that the authority gets its funding from the state government and multilateral agencies such as the World Bank, French Development Agency, and Global Environmental Fund, among others. Others who spoke include the Rail Project Manager, Engineer Olasheni Akinwumi, and BRT Extension Project Manager, Engineer Olufemi Fayombo. Leader of the team, Engineer Shokumbi thanked Lamata for information shared with the delegation and promised to put up a robust paper that will guide the Ogun State government in implementing an integrated transport system for the state. The construction of the two key components of the Bus Rapid Transit BRT extension to Ikorodu have kicked off. The components are 3 bus terminals and 15 bus shelters. The 3 terminals will be built at Mile 12, Agric and Ikorodu. The bus shelters are located at Mile 12, Owodi Oneri, Aruna, Majidu, Ogolonto, Agric and Irawo.
You have covert and side drains to be constructed. Then you provide wire fencing to prevent pedestrian cross from the BRT lane. Also, issue of quality assurance. You must institute a quality assurance system and details of all your procedures.
At the kick-off meeting, project manager for the components, Engineer Adeyemi Adeniji, gave the technical specifications of the bus terminals and bus shelters and advised the contractors to adhere to the specification and technical details. That's the news update. Up next is safety tips.
Basically, what Lamata does is to coordinate public transportation in Lagos State, and we came up with a transport master plan.
Developed together with the World Bank, the objective of this plan is finding long-lasting solutions for the problem of transportation in Lagos. Currently under its first steps of development, the plan has already proven itself a big success, dramatically increasing the connectivity in a city in continuous expansion and enjoying an unparalleled demographic and economic growth.
Our responsibility is to ensure that we provide the necessary infrastructure to meet the growth, to improve the quality of life, to improve the standard of living, and to make Lagos a vibrant and livable city in years to come.
Lamata, think transport.
My primary assignment is actually to make sure that myself and all of you viewers, that we're safe. Extremely safe. I don't mind begging you. I don't mind cajoling you. But what's important is we all have to be responsible and be aware as well. The focus for now is the work that Lamata is doing in the Ikeja area, specifically the Agidingbi area. I'm talking about Wemco Road. For those of us who live around there or we commute through that road, we should be aware that that road is being rehabilitated. And one major component of that rehabilitation is a drainage facility that needs to go there. And so, soon, there's a proposal to close off Lateef Jakande Road. Now, that is a major road. That's with the junction with Wemco Road. And why are we doing that? It's because the drainage collector needs to go across Lateef Jakande Road itself. Now, it's not possible to do that kind of major work and allow traffic to move at the same time. It's way too dangerous. So the proposal is to close off Lateef Jakande Road completely and use alternative roads like Acme Road and Wemco Road for both vehicular movement and pedestrians. Now, why am I here, or why am I concerned? I'm concerned because I know some of us Nigerians will love shortcuts. We do not like the idea of being diverted in any form or shape. And when we do that, we create an avenue that is just not safe for our well-being, even though the authority would have done everything possible to make sure that we're aware of it. As a responsible organization, we intend to play our part. Namely, number one, we're going to create the required awareness for the people and the citizenry around that area. Number two, we're going to ensure that the relevant stakeholders are part of this scheme and plan. Number three, we would ensure that all the adequate and requisite signs are placed on the corridor to warn drivers of the diversion and the closure. That's our part. What part do you intend to play? We will advise you. Number one, be aware of the road closure at Lateef Jakande Road. Number two, show care of approach, whether you're walking or whether you're driving. Number three, respect the closure itself. Don't try to bypass what you shouldn't bypass. Always think and act responsibly on the basis of trying to keep yourself safe and free from any kind of injury as a result of the work that you do on site. Thank you.
One of the beauties of Lagos is the fact that some of the roads are interlinked. We are at the T-junction between Lateef Jakande and Wemco Road, where a drainage project under the supervision of Lamata is ongoing. By the time this project is completed, it will control flood, reduce travel time, and make movement convenient. We have a tour guide who will be taking us through the when, the how, and why this project. Please stay tuned. What actually is going on here?
Yeah, as you can see, it's just the construction of the drainage project, and it is coming from Wemco Road Junction at Mobile, and it will run through to Omale Gorge, one. At the moment, we are at Chine 2+900, which is about 1.625 kilometers of the drainage work. The entire length of the drain is about 1.8 kilometers. Then at this juncture, there is the need for us to cross the Lateef Jakande Road so that you can connect this drainage work across this road, so that we can connect the drainage work to the Omale Gorge. So at the moment, we are at the point where we need to cross the road. So that is why we are here now.
Okay. You are at the point where you need to cross over to the other side.
To the other side.
So are you going to cut through the road?
Yes, because you can see what the drainage work involves. It involves excavation to a certain level in the trench. Then from that level, we are going to connect this channel to the other end there after the road, and that will necessitate our cutting through the road to be able to achieve that same depth here. But you see, at the moment we are about 6 meters deep at this location. We will be going down to about 4, 5, 3 meters until we enter the gorge. So that is what we are going to do. It requires that we cut the road because we are at the point where we need to cross Lateef Jakande Road.
Okay, now Lagos is becoming a mega city, and this is actually a very busy area. And if you're going to cut through the road, it's definitely going to affect the traffic. What do you plan to do?
Yeah, part of our effort to reduce traffic congestion during this period is to identify some other alternative routes that can be used during this period. And part of the effort we are making is to, of course, inform the public, the road users, of the alternative routes. that motorists coming from Lateef Jakande or from Ikeja axis that wants to go through Ojodu will not be able to come through this road. They will have to come through Jago Street and go to Ogunosi Road. From there, they can now go to their various destinations. Although there are other spots along this road that can be used, but vehicles, any motorist that is coming from Lateef Jakande, Wemco Road to Lateef Jakande Road, doesn't have to fear if it's going through Ikeja. But if you are going through Ojodu Baga, you can either go through Abi Sogun Le Road or Abiodun Jago Road. Or in the alternative one, they can also use the Lagos Ibadan Expressway, depending on where they are going to. So that is the arrangement for now. And the requirement for the closure of the road is just 10 days.
10 days?
Yes, just 10 days. And we expect before then the contract will have finished. We will have refilled back the road. We will have put the road back to its original state. And of course, the road will be open to traffic at that time.
How do you manage the stakeholders and the people that live and work in this environment? How are you able to manage them?
Well, from the beginning of this project, there is always an enlightenment program that we run. And of course, the radio program also runs, which informs the public of our efforts and our activities till date. But with this particular exercise that requires cutting the road and maybe creating more traffic congestion, we are holding a stakeholder meeting by Wednesday to inform the public of our intention and what we want to do. Then, of course, we have pamphlets that will be distributed to all residents to know exactly what they should be expecting at the period and the traffic congestion they should be expecting at the period. And this is a part of the things to alleviate the sufferings of the motorists to traffic that will be created because of this closure.
We are going to take a walk through the other side of the road where the drainage project terminates. Let's go.
Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best. BRT lanes, modern rail lines, pedestrian bridges, new roads, mega city.
We are at the other side of the road where the Wemco Road drainage project will be completed or terminated. And Engineer Tajuddin, I can see that this place is still in its raw form. What do you plan to do to achieve your aim?
Yeah, you see, at where we're coming from, you can see we are at Chinich 2+900. At this place, this is the end of the project, and it's about 1.8 kilometers from the beginning.
Okay.
And that is why it is necessary that we cross the road.
Okay.
After crossing the road, we shall take the drainage project up to this gorge.
So when is this project actually going to expected to end?
By April, hopefully, end of April, hopefully, all things being equal. The problem this project has faced, since the beginning is an inclement weather because it involves a larger amount of excavation work, and considering the ground that we're working in, once there is excavation and rain falls, of course, you cannot move into the excavation until it dries up again. That actually creates some delays. But bearing that in mind, and if we have some good weather in the next 1 or 2 months, the project will be completed.
During the period of this brief construction, I'm sure the traffic will be very heavy, considering the population of Lagos, of course. So what are you putting in place to control the traffic on this axis?
Well, apart from using alternative routes, we have also identified with some traffic management officers, particularly LASTMA. They will be helpful in this during this period, at least to help in controlling traffic, so that motorists can at least have relative ease of traffic during that period. But then, like we said, after 2, 3, 4, 5 days, partially, if possible, if our construction activity is concluded, it will be temporarily open to traffic, so that at least it can reduce the volume of traffic generated during the main construction work. But at the most, 10 days will just be enough to finish everything, put the road back to its normal shape, then of course we'll be open to traffic at that time.
As we can see, this project has to be completed, and for it to be done, we need your cooperation. You have to cooperate with the contractor, obey all traffic rules and diversions, and please also cooperate with the traffic management team. At the end of it all, you don't have to go through the flood during the rainy season. It's still on the move, and I am Kate Harmony. Stay tuned.
nítorí àtúnṣe ojú ọ̀nà ọkọ̀ tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ ní àbájáde ìyànà Wemco, àwọn ọkọ̀ tó bá ń bọ̀ láti Òjòdú àti Ọmọlé wọn ní àǹfààní láti gba ojú ọ̀nà Lateef Jakande sí Agídìngbì lọ sí Ìkẹjà. Àwọn ojú ọ̀nà tí wọ́n láǹfààní tó sì ṣí sílẹ̀ fún wọn ni wọ̀nyí: ojú ọ̀nà Ọgbà, ojú ọ̀nà Abisogunlé, ojú ọ̀nà Odùsàmì, ojú ọ̀nà Abíọ́dún Jagun láti jáde sí ojú ọ̀nà Wemco àti ojú ọ̀nà Lateef Jakande sí Agídìngbì lọ sí Ìkẹjà. Bákan náà, àwọn ọkọ̀ tó bá ń bọ̀ láti Ìkẹjà, àwọn ọ̀nà tí wọ́n ní àǹfààní láti gbà nìwọ̀nyí: ojú ọ̀nà Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀, ojú ọ̀nà Acme, ojú ọ̀nà Lateef Jakande àti Agídìngbì jáde lọ sí ojú ọ̀nà Wemco.
We get one important informate. People wey dey drive motor from Ojodu, Bega or Omole, una no fit pass Lateef Jakande road take enter Wemco road. Make una go pass Abisogunle or Abiodun Jagun road take enter Wemco road. Or bad as e bad, make una take Lagos Ibadan expressway. If you dey come from Ikeja, you fit still take Lateef Jakande road take enter Wemco road, or you take Acme road enter Wemco road. But abeg o, make una follow the law wey Lamata don put for ground. Now make we all fit dey kampe.
Due to the ongoing work rehabilitation at Wemco Road Junction, motorists coming from Berger, Ojodu or Mole will not have access to Lateef Jakande Road through Omole roundabout. Alternative routes available to them are Ogba Road, Abisogunle Street, Odusame Street, Abiodun Jagun Street, to connect to Wemco Road, and of course, connect to Lateef Jakande Road to Ikeja. Alternatively, vehicles coming from Ikeja can access Wemco Road through the following routes: Obafemi Awolowo Way, Lateef Jakande Road, Acme Road, and Ogba.
To reach us or find out more about us, you can use the details now appearing on your screen. We would love to hear from you. Till next week,
Lamata.
Think Transport.
Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best. BRT lanes, modern